Hello, CMAA. It's good to be back. It's been a couple weeks since I've been with you and wanted to catch up. Well, first of all, as you can see, I'm in a different location. I'm now at the beach in Maryland. My wife is an ICU nurse, and we're hitting the peak of the COVID crisis in the Washington, Baltimore area, and so she asked me to leave for a couple weeks, so I am hanging out at the beach. It's pretty quiet here, but I can get a lot of work done on your behalf. So in that regard, I want to catch you up, but first of all, I want to say happy National Volunteer Appreciation Week. We certainly appreciate all that our volunteers at CMAA do, and we couldn't be the organization we are without your assistance and your support, whether you are at a chapter, serving on the board, or a committee at a chapter, whether you are a speaker, whether you write things for us, whether you participate and connect. There's just so many ways you can volunteer at conference. And so we certainly very much appreciate that. Aristotle, back in 300 BC, said that the essence of life is to serve others. And that is the essence of a volunteer. What he didn't know is that research has shown that volunteering actually improves your health. It makes you more physically aware and more mentally stimulated and just in a much better state of mind. So volunteering has some real benefits. In the United States, volunteers give about 50 hours a year, and about 25 to 30% of Americans volunteer. So if you're a volunteer, whether for CMA or any place else that you may support, we just want to say thanks, and we appreciate that. Well, let's give a little bit of an update at CMAA. There is still lots going on, and we are starting to pivot this week, pivoting to opening. You saw the federal government issued guidelines related to phases of opening. So we are starting to, well, not starting, we are in the middle of working with that, as well as talking about what we can do to help in reopening. And so while I think it's a little bit off and in time, it's a little bit ways still in the future, we want to be ready for you. So first of all, we're doing a survey this week that you will get Tuesday or Wednesday that we would appreciate you answering, that asks about reopening and some of your thoughts there. We are starting to work on webinars for reopening, and we'll be pivoting towards that towards the end of next week. And we're also building resources in that regard. I have been on a lot of video calls and with our partners or our allied associations. I've been on with partners too, but with our allied associations, talking about reopening in regard to working with the PGA and GCSA on the golf side. I actually serve on Marriott's Customer Advisory Board and was on a meeting this week talking about and listening and hearing about how Marriott and the hotel community is also going to make adjustments for a post-COVID world. So lots going on. You will see more coming out, and so look for that. And again, thank you for those of you that volunteer. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. CMA is a great organization, and your support and involvement makes it so. Have a great week, and I'll see you again in a couple weeks.